Alright, I believe we're now live. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay in getting the stream started. But tonight we have round 5 of Season 3 of the Delta Racing League World Challenge from Circuit of the Americas. Tonight I am Adam Santana, and it's just going to be me at least for a little bit, maybe for the whole race, but we'll see. Alright, and we are well into qualifying at this point with our AM drivers, and if you'll give me just about 30 seconds, I will get the lap times up on the screen so we can see what our drivers have done. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Apparently nothing is working this evening. Give me just a second and I will get us onto one of our pro drivers as our AM qualifying. Well, we still have some AM drivers out there. We'll hop on with Ryan Barkins, who was about 3/10 up on their previous lap, but right now Pierce Hanley is about 8/10 up, so I don't know if we'll be seeing a change for provisional pole. Now Ryan Barkins about 7. Oh, he might get close to... Oh, lost a lot there, though. Lost a couple tenths. But back around that 7/10 range, so this could be quite close to Pierce Hanley. As Ryan Barkins is into the penultimate corner. And now the final corner, and Barkins is up. Oh, this is gonna, Ryan Barkins is going to be on provisional pole with a 2:07.0. Good lap from Ryan Barkins. And we'll hop on with Nico Roscosh in the Dunn Kings McLaren. hop on board with that and let this ride for a little bit. I think we'll stay on board with Nico here through the full lap, and going through the S's, this is such a tricky section. The racing line, it really almost takes you off the track. Our drivers are going to have to be very wary of their track cuts this evening. It is very easy to pick them up here, and yeah, you certainly don't want to pick up the drive-thru in just a 1 hour race. Now into the hairpin turn 11 to go onto the very long back straight. Nico's are the very twisty and technical sector 3. Well, actually about a couple corners ago, but will forgive me for missing a couple things. I'm still trying to get everything set up correctly here. Of course, while I wasn't paying attention, Nico invalidated their lap. And Tringesi, oh boy, I'm not going to say that one right. He's gone to the top of 206.7. Josh Worley, P4 with 207.2. And as our pro drivers are now getting the benefit of the optimum track, which our AM drivers did not get. So should expect to see the lap time start to come down significantly. Josh Valley will hop on with Ross Sparrow in the number 5 Audi, currently 3/10 up on his previous lap, which was only a 2:08.2. Expect to see a little bit more out of Ross, but still 4 minutes to go, so plenty of time to get a couple more laps in. Look else in Ben Burchett, currently in P8, 8/10 up. Going through the triple right-hander here. About a second up. This will be... should be good for around P5. And then does jump up to P5. Andre Lloyd to P5 and then Ross Sparrow to P6. Bumping Ben down to P7. Phil Brown in the M4. Just getting to go into the triple right-hander. In the third sector, about 1.4. Well, it doesn't have a previous lap time. So we'll see where Phil shakes out on the grid. P8 for Phil Brown with a 2:07.8. A little more with Albert Tringesi. This is, I believe, a new entrant. Boy, if only I had the wherewithal to figure that out. Currently still around their previous best lap. We'll hop on with Ross Sparrow. Boy, we just keep on with drivers in the third sector. Ross about half a second up on their previous lap. This would be right now only good enough for... oh, someone just jumped up. Nico Roscosh to P2 with a 2:06.790. Still 0.6 off of the current pole time. This will be a pretty significant time gain for Ross Sparrow, but only P6. Yeah, let's ride through this entire first sector with... ooh, a big bobble there. Oh, just a bit of a Porsche moment. Alright, we can hop on board with Ross Sparrow, who wasn't too far behind. Already 4/10 up on the previous lap. Josh Worley ahead in P5 is also now trailing about half a second up. We'll hop on with Josh, who is ahead. And the Matco please sponsor me. 47 Mustang, great team name. Matco, if you're watching, and I'm sure you are, get into Josh's DMs. And as I wasn't paying great attention, our time has expired, so flying laps will count. As Nico Roscosh just across the line stays P2. Worley will be our next driver across the line. This is going to be close. Josh is about 7.5 up, almost 8, a little over 8.5 behind the current pole time. Oh, good exit. This is going to be 28 thousandths. Oh, Worley P2 by 28 thousandths. And then Ross Sparrow up to P4. Andre Lloyd come through the last corner. Is going to go up. Does not move up any positions. Phil Brown still has most of Sector 3 to go, only a little bit up. Gonna need about 3.5 tenths to pick up any positions here. And it's not looking great, but no, I believe Phil Brown will stay P9, as Phil must have invalidated, and we end our qualifying session. Okay, I am going to, as we have almost 3 minutes before the race starts, I am going to take another very quick break to try and get one more thing sorted out. I will be back in just a second. Oh, good lord. I've been talking on mute for about 2 minutes, guys. If anyone wants to come over to my house, put me out of my misery, just go for it. Let's start this back over at the top of the field. We have Trent Gacy in the Merc in P1. We have Worley in P2 in the Mustang. Nico Roscosh in the Dunkings McLaren, going off in P3. Prospero in the 5 Audi in P4. Then Ryan Barkins in the 296 Ferrari is leading our AM field, with Pierce Hanley right behind, also in the 296. Ben Burchett in the Porsche. Andre Lloyd in the Red Bull liveried Aston Martin. Then P9 we have Phil Brown in the BMW M4, followed by Albert Ganoia, also in the BMW M4 with Felix Payant in P11 in our other Audi. Juan Martins P12 in the M4. Trey Morgan in the Colts and Bears liveried Ford Mustang. Boy, those two teams had very different days today. And then Benjamin Jones in P14, also in the 296 Ferrari. Still have a decent bit left on our formation lap here. Going to be an interesting race. We're a little mixed up in the qualifying order. A couple AM drivers pretty high up in the order. We'll see how this will shake out for the race. Alright, and now our grid is packing up. Pretty long run from the, not too long of a run from where we'll start, but decent long run into the uphill turn 1, where Trent Casey will be very happy to be on the inside. There we go. That one. That's the one we want. Only took us 30 minutes, but we got to figure it out. And we are away. Trent Casey with a good jump at the start there. Almost he was hanging around the outside there, but really more concerned about Roshkosh behind. We made it through turn 1, all intact. Through the S's, all intact. Well done, drivers. Pretty good even field spread. Looks like for the most part Trent Casey, after that really good jump on Worley, not pulling away too much so far. We have, looks like Andre Lloyd, Ben Burchett. I think we maybe had a move into the hairpin. Oh, Ben almost got in the back of the Ferrari. Looked like allowing Andre Lloyd to get on the inside. It's straight drag race, and I'm sure once we go back live, we had sorted ourselves. I'm a little shy to go back again. But I would like to see how Ben made that through, but I think it was probably just out-drug the Aston down that long straight. This is where our top 4 have broken away from the pack already. The gap from the top 4, they're all decently close, but a big gap from Sparrow to Barkins. Yeah, as we can see that right there, that's a pretty significant gap. Boy, I'm rusty on this. We can watch that snake of cars from behind Barkins making their way through the S's. I mean, even in these GT3 cars, I mean, it's such a fast section of track. So we stay on with this battle. If race control can be believed, we have had no position changes on that first lap and a half. That seems a bit sus, but I think that might be right. Oh, as Worley had made up a lot of time to the leader Trengasi and caught the sausages there in turn 12, I believe it was. Really upset the car, but was able to hold on to P2. Did lose a few tenths. We do know we have had a move for position. Ben Burchett has gotten by Pierce Hanley. We had a move between Payant and Ganoia there. We'll hop on with that as that's Payant and the Audi on the inside, getting the move on Ganoia. Yeah, Worley is... I mean, Worley and the chasing pack, I mean, they're all very close together. Not letting Trengasi run away from the field here. Josh Worley is so close. Gets onto the inside out of the exit of the hairpin there. Already has overlap, and I think that Ford Mustang's going to have the grunt down this long back straight, and yeah, we are seeing it. Joshua Worley has taken the lead for the moment at least, and is able to hold on. Oh, as Nico Roscoe tries to make a bit of an ambitious move on Trengasi there, and catches the inside. Oh, I forgot to switch cars as we catch that. Oh, yeah, I don't think Trengasi saw that coming and was trying to take the normal racing line. That has given Josh Worley a bit of a buffer to Nico Roscoe, and that dropped Trengasi down to P4. So we had a move between Martins and Ganoia. I think we... Oh, nope. Martins got a little wrong-footed there following Payant, and then had to give up the position. Or that was Ganoia that made the mistake and lost position Martins. I apologize. And Trengasi's already back on the offensive. Not back on the offensive. The first time they've been behind the car all race, and is trying to get by Ross Sparrow. We'll hop away from this for the moment as we were watching other action. Ben Burchett has gotten by Ryan Barkins and is going to set off in hopes to catch that top four. Oh, is Andre Lloyd's going to make an opportunistic move there on the inside? And for the moment, Pierce Hanley is able to hold on to that position, but we'll see who's able to get this done on the brakes. Oh, as Barkins is going for... Oh, did not go for it. Oh, and that was Phil Brown, I believe. And Andre Lloyd made a bit of a mistake. Long Hanley get along the outside. He's going to... Oh, just get onto the outside of the track a little bit too much. Ooh. Oh, and Pierce Hanley loses another position to Phil Brown. Hop back on to the fight for the podium as Ross Sparrow is 6/10 of a second behind Nico Roscosh. Nico Roscosh does have our fastest lap of the race at a 2:07.0 set on the last lap, but only gained a little over a tenth on Josh Worley. So Josh Worley is keeping a pretty solid pace to the field at the moment. Oh, we have some incidents. Oh, I think that was Pierce Hanley that tagged Phil Brown. Pierce Hanley hits the edge of the safer barrier. Not the safer barrier, the Tech Pro barrier. As Phil Brown has to let cars through. Falling down into P13. That's a huge loss of position for Phil Brown. Hopping with Ben Burchett, who Brian Barkins has gotten back around. Ben's going to sneak it on the inside there, but it's going to be on the outside for this corner. Barkins gives a lot of racing room there. I think Ben's going to have the inside through this triple right-hander. And will be on the racing line for the next corner. The penultimate corner. And yep, Ben has that move back done. And here comes Andre Lloyd joining the party. I'm trying to make this a three-way fight for P6. Ryan Barkins ducks out, but didn't have any overlap and does not try to make a move. And Pierce Hanley goes in the pits. Not too surprising after that big hit into the wall. And as always, with our Delta Racing League races in these 1 hour format, all of our drivers are required to make a pit stop and change tires. Typically we'll see our drivers pit around the halfway mark, but they are free to pit whenever they would like. Andre Lloyd, definitely too far back to think about a move on Barkins here, but I have to think Andre's gonna want to make this quickly to try and get by Burchett into the top 5. Ganoia is all over the back of Juan Martins. is able to hold this gap solid, but just isn't making much headway. Got it down to 3/10, I think, down the back straight. I think that's probably toe assisted to bring that gap down, but we'll keep an eye on that gap and see if Albert can get in striking distance as we... Oh, and still miss it on the replay. That's Phil Brown trying to fight back up the order and is now up into P11. Has a long way to go as Jones in P13 is also taking the opportunity to get their pit stop out of the way. So if anyone's still in chat, and I don't know why anyone still would be, but if you are, I had started watching the Grand Tour finale earlier today, and I was able to finish. I saw about an hour-ish left in it. Tell me your thoughts. No spoilers, please, but give me your thoughts. I was having a good time with it. And if you don't know what the Grand Tour is, look it up, find it, and watch it. It's good automotive television. Yeah, this is our closest on-track battle at the moment. The front has really separated themselves. No within a second at the moment, so we will stay here. And I mean, that gap from Casey and P4 to the rest of the pack is growing by the lap. As Nico Roscoe puts in another fast lap of the race, 2:06.957. So Roscoe is thinking W here. And of course, as soon as I say that, this is about 0.3 of a second. Even this battle right here, the gaps have really stabilized. No one's really making much of an impression. And that car in front of Burchett, I believe, is Hanley. I cannot see the car number on the track map as they get off track to let this pack through. Very sporting of them to get it all done at once. We'll hop on with Ganoia, who is still chasing Juan Martins. And that's for P2 in the Amfield, so obviously the overall points are important. Oh, as Ganoia gets a little bit wide out there. Now Andre Lloyd has caught the back of Barkins. This gap was a second half a lap ago. Now we're down to 0.3. Have to see how close Lloyd can stay here through the next couple corners before they go out onto the back straight, which is easily the best place to make a pass on this circuit. Thing to note, of course, that I have not paid attention to is our ambient track temperatures are pretty high, so our drivers are definitely gonna have some hot Pirelli tires. As Andre Lloyd gets the overlap in the braking zone, but Barkins defends the inside and is able to hold on to the position. Great defense by Barkins there. We'll hop back on for the lead. As Nico Roscosh has closed the gap down to Josh Worley to 0.6 of a second. Have to think the McLaren should be faster through that section of track. Oh, as Nico goes just a little bit deep there into that corner. John Worley's lighting up the rear. Oh, our drivers are pushing hard right now. As we go on the back straight, yeah, the McLaren is just not going to have the grunt to pull back this kind of gap around 0.8. Now up to 9. Barkins pulling the gap down on Burchett, but not enough. I'll hop on with Ganoia, also not close enough. We'll hang here and right on the M4 if I can. Yeah, we'll go with that one. The M4, not the exact M4, of course, that won the Indianapolis 8-hour yesterday after the leading Porsche had a 5-second penalty from their last stop. It was a very exciting race. And we'll hop back with Ryan Barkins on Ben Burchett, who almost was able to make a move there in turn one. Let's roll that back and see. There's some moment from the Porsche. Barkins was just later on the brakes. No, just a little bit cleaner through turn one. And we have a three-way fight for P5 again. Or no, I believe that's the Ferrari of Pierce Hanley. That is behind Barkins, so that is not for position. But Andre Lloyd's creeping back into the picture. Oh, we'll hop on with Ganoia here, who is lost a couple tenths there on the exit. Was closer than they had been for quite a while on Martins, but just not close enough in the braking zone. Harkins is on the bumper of Burchett there, but Burchett with a good exit out of that last corner. Should be safe into turn one. these battles between Burchett and Barkins and Martins and Ganoia, they just keep bouncing back and forth, being closer and further. I just seem to not be on the right one ever, but this one, Ganoia needs to keep it really clean here in the last corner and should get a run onto the back straight. Oh, but brakes too late. But I think it's going to be okay. The exit was okay, but Martin's also got a really good exit. And that's not going to be enough. Gotta wonder, as we're now really close to the halfway point, these drivers that probably feel like they're stuck behind someone have to be thinking about maybe making their pit stop. I was thinking maybe Tringasi would go for it. We'll see if Barkins thinks about it. Does not. Junior does not as well. So Handley and Jones still are only drivers that have taken their mandatory stop. Tringasi is back on the charge to try and catch Ross Sparrow. Picked up almost half a second on the last lap. Oh, as Ganoia's gotten by Martins. We'll see what happened. I'm not sure what that was. That looked intentional, but I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye and see if maybe that favors were paid later. I'm not sure. Oh, as Andre Lloyd goes very deep into the turn 12 and falls way back of Barkins, who is falling well off Burchett, who is almost. It was a little over 9 seconds behind Tringasi in P4. We don't have anyone within a second at the moment, so let's hop on with Nico Roscosh in P2. Oh, as Ross Sparrow takes the opportunity to pit. Okay. Oh, Nico making that car work in the braking zone. Andre Lloyd is also taking the opportunity to go to the pits. And of course, something we haven't mentioned is this track is very, very tough on tires. Even just an hour on one set is difficult. So when you're getting around the 30-minute mark, the tires are really starting to get to their worst, and then you kind of drive through a little bit of a phase, and they come back to you. And of course, with the mandatory tire stop, you don't get to drive through that phase. So you have to take the pain of the tires dying twice at this track. Oh, as Ross Sparrow gets a drive-through, I think that has to be a slight speeding penalty in the pit lane. Maybe bump the limiter off for a second, but that's not a speeding at the line. A drive-through in the pit lane is usually just a slight speeding penalty. But that is going to hurt Ross Sparrow. Because Ross Sparrow spent a minute and 12 seconds in the pit lane, so we take the 30 seconds. We'll stop for 32 seconds, so that will be a 40-second. Ooh, as Worley and Nico Roscosh both pit at the same time. We'll see if Trengase and P3, nope, they have gone on for one more lap. As Ben Burchett goes in, Ryan Barkins is in. Our drivers tonight seem to be quite literally splitting the race in half. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers on pit lane at the moment. And 5 have already pitted. So yeah, we're only looking at 3 more drivers to make their stop. And I don't know why we're still on this. We'll hop on with Josh Worley and see what this gap is to Nico Roscosh behind as they both hit the pit exit, and I think the gap has grown. As Josh Worley spent 1 second less on pit lane than Nico Roscosh. So has grown this gap back out to 2.1 seconds. I think Worley is... No? Nope. So, as it was about to come out of my mouth, lost 2/10 to Roscosh behind. Gotta think Trengase and Ganoia. No, Trengase goes around again. Up on Andre Lloyd, who is still trying to chase down Ryan Barkins. And Ganoia is in the pit, so our leader on track is our last car that has not pitted. We'll see. I have to imagine they'll come in. They have to come in this lap. Can't create a big enough tire delta. I mean, Worley is already going to come out and have a pretty significant gap behind. But for the podium, it could be a different story. No, yeah, with the penalty for Ross Sparrow, Trent Casey should come out in P3 when they do elect to pit. Ganoia, I think, has played this perfectly. Gonna come out in P7? That's, I don't remember where they were at. P8. Still a pretty, oh, P9, come on, ACC, help me out a little bit. Just a little bit. No, down to P10 and back behind Juan Martins. Oh, man. Come on, ACC. You gotta be nicer to me than this. And Trent Casey's going around again. Oh, Andre Lloyd has, had it at a second, but something there in the braking zone ballooned the gap back up to 1.5 seconds. Now it's up to 2. Gotta tell you, Ryan Barkins is kind of putting a really significant gap to the rest of the Anfield at the moment. And now our leader is catching lap traffic. Have to wonder if they're now going to take this opportunity to pit, but I very close to the pit lane, but I'm not sure they're yep. Trey Morgan will be getting the blue flags. And Trent Casey does not go to the pits. This is a bit shocking. I don't want to make assumptions, but I don't know if they're aware of the actual pit requirements. Or maybe they're just that good at taking care of their tires, but they still have to make the tire change. So you really want to take advantage of taking advantage of the fresh set for the second stint. Our field is so spread out. The one time this series doesn't provide just an absolute banger, it's tonight. I tell ya, it was fate, and I don't like it. Well, since no one's close, let's hop through the field. Let's give everyone some shine tonight. Let's hop on with Benjamin Jones in the 38.296 Ferrari. Benjamin Jones really coming to grips with this Ferrari at the moment. This lap is very clean. Trengasi, if the lead is still out as we're just at the 21-minute left mark, I'm not sure what they're waiting for at this point. Yeah, still keep an eye on the gaps. Nothing's really closed up at the moment. So we'll continue our turn through the field. With another Ferrari 296, this one of Pierce Hanley, though, of course, who had an incident earlier in the race. And, ooh, had a big shunt into the wall and had a lot of damage to fix, which has put them a lap down. Okay, now we got a battle, Ganoia and Juan Martins. Familiar territory. I'm comfortable here. Ganoia, of course, with the slightly fresher rubber here, so... Oh! Making the rear end of that M4 work there. That's certainly not going to be helpful. And will not be close enough to make a move on Juan Martins. As Trengasi again has gone around, I believe twice since the last time I noted. Ooh, as Ganoia's trying to hang around the outside there. Couldn't get it done and can't get the inside on the next two corners. Almost ate the sausages. Very skillfully avoided. Going to be way too far back here into turn one with its huge elevation change as the tower comes into view. And now Trengasi goes to the pits at the 17:20 mark, and I believe will come out in P3. I think Ben Burchett might be close-ish. I didn't have a good eye on the gap Oh, Ganoia might be able to sneak onto the inside here into the hairpin of turn 11. Or is that turn 12? I don't know my corner numbers here. I'm sorry, y'all. I think that's turn 11 and that coming up is turn 12. I'm going to Wikipedia. Oh, Albert Ganoia's gonna have huge overlap here. And I think Ganoia's gonna... Oh! Can't get it done on the brakes! And Juan Martins will fight for at least another corner. Okay, I'm right there. Pit is turn 11. Alright. I'm on it. I can count at least to 11. I got that much going for me. And Tringasi did come out in P3 with a pretty healthy margin of about 3.5 seconds of Imperchet behind. So Josh Worley takes the lead back over with Nico Kosh in P2, but 3.6 seconds behind. And then I believe that's Albert. Yep, Albert Tringasi in P3 in the Mercedes. So we'll hop back with... Oh, as he goes for it in turn 1. I think this is going to be move done. And this Titanic battle has maybe ended. I don't know. We'll see if Martins can fight back. As Phil Brown is lurking up behind. Oh, Phil Brown with a huge move on Juan Martins there. I'll catch that back on the replay. Well, I say huge. Wasn't too big. Juan Martins was very compliant with that one. Was able to keep it close down into turn 12, but we'll have to think this gap is going to grow. Alright, back to our tour of the field. Trey Morgan with his NFL racing livery with the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. The Bears with a very impressive win over the Panthers today, and the Colts with I believe our 50th loss in a row in Jacksonville. Don't check that math, because I think Jacksonville's only been in the NFL since 1998. I don't think that math works. But, yeah, let's saw off Florida and kick it into the ocean. Hate road games in Jacksonville. Anyway. Trey's having a pretty solid drive this evening. Not his best, not his worst. But of course, with our smaller field, is our people are still recovering in the southeast from the hurricane last week. Hope everyone's being safe and recovering well. Very scary event. And also one of our drivers, I can't remember whose name it was, having very severe weather. I believe it was Campbell, having very severe weather with a tornado. Hope they are also being safe and everyone in that area. I'm not sure where that was happening. we are going to skip. Yeah, no, we're not skipping Juan Martins. We'll give Juan Martins his time. Been on the stream quite a bit tonight, but we're not going to hold that against them. And the Center Racing M4, I think that's an in-game livery, but just with a different team name, but it's a very nice livery. Just my opinion, I think the BMWs overall in sports car racing, especially in the GT3s especially, have the best looking liveries. Don't at me. You know what? I can't say that strongly. The Porsches have amazing liveries too. We'll say a tie. We'll say a tie. And we'll hop on with Phil Brown, who is trying to recover from their incident earlier in the run. I believe that was Phil Brown that had the incident with Pierce Hanley early in this race. You know what? This is no. I think it was Phil Brown. Who is now creeping onto the back of Albert Benoit. I don't remember. I need McAdams to say names correctly so I can draft off of him. Yeah, Phil lost a lot there on the back straight, but gained back under the braking. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Benoit wasn't good under the brakes or what, but that closed up by half a second. Still just not really. Oh, way too late on the brakes, but saves it. Very good save from Phil Brown. Let's catch that on the exterior cam. Oh, big slide. Good save there. Very well done to not overcorrect that and get the tank slapper on. This is still our closest on-track battle at the moment. Let's continue our move through the field. I feel like we've given half the stream to Albert Canoia here. We'll give him a corner or two before we move on, though. Oh! These M4s are very lively with the rear end around this circuit. Hop on with Felix Payan and the online racing collective Audi. Feel like we haven't given Felix really any airtime tonight. Felix a mainstay in the DRL series. Yeah, let's go Worley. Woo-woo. 7-second lead. I mean, I've been ignoring it, just watching the gap grow. But yeah, Josh Worley got to the front and is just really putting on a clinic. I mean, the gap. And Trengasi, yeah, Trengasi started on pole, holding it strong in P3. But yeah, Josh Worley worked his way to the front. And even at the pit stops, I mean, Nico Roscosh was only 2 seconds behind, so put over 5 seconds on Roscosh in the last 22 minutes-ish. Very impressive. Let's move our way back up to Ross Sparrow, who unfortunately had a drive-through penalty from their pit stop. Otherwise should be around P3, maybe in P2. It's hard to say how that would have shaken out, but certainly would be in the top 4 of that leading pack. And I just want to ride on board with this car because it just sounds amazing. At this point, we're just doing what I want to do. Jonathan Kelly, you can maybe tell me this. Am I even close with Trengasi's name? Is Trengasi anywhere in the ballpark? Do you know at all? Kanoya is starting to close in on Felix Payant for P8. Oh, that sounds close. Jonathan, I'm going off you. So yeah, I'm nailing it, is what you're telling me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's hop on with Andre Lloyd, and not to be disparaging of the other liveries on the field because they're all fantastic, but it's the best livery in the field. Ooh, Ryan might strike me for saying the Dunk Kings isn't better. He's probably not watching anyway. This is the best livery in the field. We'll keep moving up. Our AM leader, Ryan Barkins. I mean, P2 in the M is Albert Ganoya in P9, and Barkins is in P5, so this is going to be a huge points haul for Barkins. Having a fantastic evening. Yeah, Jonathan, you're basically just rooting for some DRL mainstays in Trengasi. I have not seen Trengasi in a DRL race before, but could be my bad memory. So I don't know if it's their first race or not, but they're having a cracker. They took pole, if you didn't see that. Had an incident within the first 10 minutes of the race, and they unfortunately dropped down to P4. And then with the Sparrow penalty, we're able to easily take P3, but still having a fantastic race. Alright, and up. Thank you, race control. That was unnecessary. Oh, I skipped Ben. And we're going to ride on board with this one because I just want to listen to the Porsche for a little bit. As we're under 2 minutes, and where's our leader on track? They are great guys, and they're all fantastic drivers. I absolutely agree. Yeah, like I said, Worley and Ganoia, they're mainstays running the DRL. So yeah, I'd love to see Tringasi here, and hey, maybe we'll see you in the future. And yeah, I believe we are on our final lap of the race. We have to be, right? Yeah, Worley is 36 seconds left. We're at a minute, so yeah, this will be the last lap of the race. So we'll get through the rest of the field as we're doing our tour. Tringasi, our pole sitter, in P3. Oh, just gonna drive through! That's gonna be track limits. Oh no. If that is not served, I can't remember if that turns into a 120-second penalty or if it's a 30-second penalty. That's going to be impossible to serve. That is so unfortunate. Let's hope that it's the 30-second penalty. Oh, this will be something we cannot keep it on. Even 30 seconds is going to hurt. 2 minutes would be a race killer, and that is time. That is time. We'll hop on with the Dunk Kings of Nico Roscosh for just a couple seconds. What a livery. Everyone, don't get Dunkins. Oh, Spangler and Gary, you're going to be mad at me. As Josh Worley is going through the final corner, is going to take the win tonight in the penultimate round of Season 3 of Delta Racing League World Challenge. Congratulations, Josh Worley. Well done. Nico Roscosh crosses the line. Tringasi, it is just the 30-second penalty. I believe that's going to drop Tringasi down to P7, but we will see as the rest of our drivers cross the line. Ben Burchett will be next and will be promoted up to P3. I don't know why it hasn't done it already. And then Barkins in P5 will be promoted to P4. Andre Lloyd in P6. And now my math is failing me. Oh, and we have a fight in the last corner between Payant and Ganoia. Oh, we're going to catch this on the replay for sure. And Payant holds on to that position. Okay, we're going to go back 30 seconds here. Ah, that's not far enough. No, we need it further. I think Ganoia's going to maybe get a nose in here at the penultimate corner. No, just has to stay back a little bit. Payant defends the inside and is able to hold it. Okay, I'm going to have to recheck these. And we have Pierce Hanley, Trey Morgan, and Benjamin Jones still on track. I think they're fighting for position right here. Oh no, Trey Morgan picked up a drive-through and will also receive a 30-second time penalty. Ah, okay. Well, that was our race. It was a little rocky. We started late, had some issues. We'll forget about those. Well done by our drivers. Oh, and they are leaving. Josh Worley with the win. Oh, boy, it was... Come on. Nico Roscosh, P2. Ben Burchett, B3. Ryan Barkins, P4. And our AM winner, P4 overall. That is huge. Huge for Barkins. That's a lot of points. Andre Lloyd P5, Train Gacy with the late drive-through which couldn't be served, while running P3 does drop down to P6. Ross Sparrow P7, Felix Payan P8, Albert Ganoia P9, Phil Brown P10, Juan Martins P11, Pierce Hanley P12, Trey Morgan P13, and Benjamin Jones P14. So that is our race. Wish a lot of things could have gone better. I apologize on all counts on that. We don't love that, but we had a solid race. And we have our last round next week, round 6 of season 3. We will be at the Nürburgring. Yep, the Nürburgring, not the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring. So, everyone that's driving especially, keep your eyes on the weather. We'll see what happens. We had a couple dry races. I think Ryan is itching to turn up the rain, so we'll see what happens. And as always, we appreciate all of you for watching. Not our finest hour, but hey, we bounce back. We'll do better next week. We'll have a banger. Delta Racing League is almost always bangers. We had to have one chill race for the season, I suppose. So, all right. Well, next week we will finish up our championship. And after that, we also will have our last endurance race of the championship. I don't believe we have a date for that yet. I think we have a track, but I don't think it's been announced. So I'm not going to say what it is. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. Our drivers, we love you so much. Thank you for participating. And we will see you again next week. Goodbye.